Hey, what's up? Hello. So, you want to learn how to make a flower crown? Why don't you stay tuned and I will show you just how to make this one. I have one right here. So, last year I made this gorgeous flower crown for my wedding. I had a few friends and family ask me where I bought it from, but what they didn't know was I made it myself. You're gonna need some stem wires. Make sure you have thick ones, thin ones, and some wire cutters. You can substitute the wire cutters for scissors. That's what I ended up using. You're also gonna need some artificial flowers. Make sure you get them in different shapes and sizes. That way you have a lot of variety and also different colors too. So you wanna start off by using the thicker stem wire. I used 2 pieces. I think these are 18 inches long. I put them together and I wrap them around my head to just make sure that they fit well and I'm able to make sure that they're the right size for me. So this is the tedious part. You're going to have to pull out all the individual flowers from the stems that they come on. This way, when you're ready to, you can just pick up each flower and place it where you want it to be. You take your thin stem wires and cut them into more manageable pieces. So what you want to do is poke the stem wire through the hole that you find in the flower. And then loop it back into sort of like a hairpin shape. That way you can just slide it into the thicker stem wire and twist the flower into place. Make sure that it's secured on really tight. And then you push the ends of the wires outward. You don't want to leave them on the inside because you basically just end up with a thorny crown. This is what it looked like after I'd put on the first few flowers. Do not be afraid to try different combinations of flowers. Because you've pulled them off the stem, you can actually stack multiple flowers together to add a little bit more dimension. I highly recommend starting with the bigger flowers. They're a little bit more awkward to fiddle around. If you place them in the spaces that you want, you can then come in with the smaller flowers and just slot them in for a bit more detailing. I knew I didn't want too much greenery, but it's also nice to add some of the leaves into the crown just to make it seem a little bit more natural. So in the back, I didn't put any flowers because the crown does get quite heavy. And the more wire you put in there, the more likely it is to poke you. So I highly recommend not putting too many flowers in the back. It's up to you what you like, but I prefer to have leaves in the back because they cover up so much more surface area and you use much less wire, so the back is a lot more comfortable. And this is how the crown turned out. I really like how chunky and bulky it is. And I got my nails done. This yellow just inspired me to get my nails that color. I ended up not using much pink or purple, but I do like how the blues and the pinks kind of offset the orange, the reds, and the yellows. And there's like a clear difference between the front and the back, with the green on the back and the bright colors on the front. And here's how it compares to the original crown that I made for my wedding. The wedding crown obviously has a lot more blues in there. That was a choice I made because those were the colors that we had at our wedding. I really do like the colors on that one, but the new one is so thick and chunky and bright and crazy. I'm really for it. I love how bulky it looks on the front. It almost looks like a hat. This process does take a while. I think it took me about 3 hours to make this crown. So you gotta be very patient when you do this. But just remember, this is so much fun and there's no rules as to how to arrange the flowers. Just put them in the way that you like and what you think is best for you. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't, please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel.
Looks great.